Hey everyone, today we're making takeout. I'm going to show you how to make an easy Thai curry with just a few pantry ingredients. When I'm tempted by takeout, Thai food tops the list. But it turns out it is super easy to make a Thai curry at home with just a couple of key pantry ingredients, and I'm going to talk to you about those right now. The first ingredient that you want to have in your pantry is a Thai curry paste. Now, you could absolutely make your own from scratch Thai curry paste. It's just a blend of chilies and aromatics and herbs, but we're talking takeout here. And if we want to make something as fast or faster than takeout, we're going to want something that's ready to go. Now, I love these little cans of Thai curry paste. There are lots of brands of these on the shelves, but I found this one packs the most punch and most flavor. I don't know how to say the name. It's Mesri. I will link these below. I get these on Amazon or at my local Asian grocery store. But on Amazon, you can buy like packs of 4 and just have them in your pantry ready to go. They come in lots of different flavors. So today we're going to do a green version because that's what I'm in the mood for. But you can also get red curry paste. There's chuchi curry. This is just a Thai noodle sauce. And the difference between the different curry pastes are the different chilies used, the different aromatics, and the different herbs. But like I said, today we're going to go with the green curry. The other thing you want to have in your pantry is coconut milk. And I like a whole milk coconut milk. It's richer and it is tastier. I like this brand here. And again, this is something I keep many cans of in my pantry at all times. And when I buy it, I stock up. And I mostly actually use it for Thai curry or Thai curry flavored things because I love those flavors. And so I suggest just getting a bunch of these and stocking them up so that you can have this dish at any time. And those are really the most exotic ingredients that you need for this. Today, we're going to make a vegetable and chickpea green curry. When I'm going for a green curry, I'm going to go for kind of more fresh ingredients or fresh flavors, spring-like vegetables, if that makes sense. And then like when I'm doing a red curry, I'll add in a little bit more earthy flavors. I don't know why, it just makes sense to me and my palate. So for instance, when I'm making a red curry, I'll probably put some sweet potatoes in there or I don't know, some squash and things like that, which are a little bit more earthy. But for this, I just went into my refrigerator and grabbed a bunch of different things. So first we're going to go with half of an onion that I sliced thin, and everything here you want to cut into kind of like bite-sized pieces so that it's easier to eat. We have a red bell pepper, I have a carrot that I cut on the bias, so it's kind of these long, thin strips, some green beans, cauliflower, and a cauliflower is one that I would actually also put in a red curry because it is pretty basic of flavor. It doesn't add a whole lot of extra flavor, but it soaks up all that sauce, which I love. And I have a summer squash. I also have a zucchini, and I cut my zucchini and summer squash in a certain way that I thought I would show you how I do it because I think sometimes people don't like zucchini and summer squash because they get a little mushy. So we're going to try to take some of that mushy factor out by just the way we cut this. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut my ends off here. And then cut it in half and then cut it into quarters. And now we're going to get rid of the mush, which is basically the area where the seeds are. So we're just going to take our knife and cut out most of these seeds. And that will make it so that we basically mostly have the meatier part of the vegetable, and then the seeds and the more watery part of the zucchini or summer squash won't go and make our veggies seem mushy. And I did the same thing with the summer squash. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this, and then we will get started cooking, and I'm telling you, this can't be easier. And there we have it. Now this is going to make a ton of curry, which is great because then we'll have leftovers like we might if we ordered out. So let's get cooking. Okay, so I have set up my electric skillet, which I love making big batches of my curry in here. I love this appliance because it's easy to get to a great temperature. It's big and will fit a lot. So when I'm making like my lo mein, I might use this, or when I'm trying to stir fry like a bunch of vegetables together, this just gives me so much space and so much surface area to get nice flavor on my vegetables. It has this lid that we can use when we're simmering. You don't have to use an electric skillet. You could just use a big high-sided pan, and that will also work as well. A big high-sided skillet, and that will work as well. But for ease right now, we're gonna go ahead and use this. Now you can't get more simpler than this. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I have this set to about 350, just to get it nice and warm. And I'm gonna just pour in about a tablespoon of oil, like a neutral oil here. And I'm gonna start getting my vegetables sweating and getting some flavor out. And I'm gonna start with my onions. And I'm just gonna cook these until they start getting soft. I'm gonna get a little pinch of salt. That helps bring out some of the moisture that will allow my onions to sweat but not really color or saute. So we're gonna go ahead and cook these for just a minute, just until they start to soften a little bit. Now, what I love about making takeout at home, obviously is it's easy, it's inexpensive, but like you can customize this to whatever you like. I don't love a lot of onion. I like the flavor of onion, but I don't love a ton of onions. So I can customize this so that I don't use a lot of onion. I cut them really thin and I get exactly what I want. So do the same. Use the vegetables you like. When you're going to get Thai curry, you know those veggies you pick out and put to the side. Just don't put them in. And that's kind of the beauty of learning to cook for yourself. Sometimes I like to think that like the reason I like to cook is because I'm kind of picky. I like my food the way I like it. So just some thoughts. All right, so this onion is just starting to cook a little bit. And I'm just gonna dump the rest of my veggies in here. And we're gonna just let them sweat down a little bit so that some of those juices can come out, which will help flavor our curry. So we're gonna cook this for maybe like 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so the vegetables are just starting to get slightly soft. The onions are very soft. So we're gonna go ahead and add our curry paste. Now what I found is that about a half a can is good for 1 can of coconut milk. Otherwise it gets really, really spicy. And so we're gonna use half. That means you'll have an extra half, which you can put in the fridge if you think you're gonna be making green curry or something with green curry soon, or you could just put this in a little baggie and freeze it so that you can keep it for maybe the next month that you have your curry. We're going to go ahead and put this in, and we're going to toast this for about a minute. This is like kind of what you would do with a tomato paste when you're making like a spaghetti sauce. This helps start cooking some of the ingredients in the curry paste. This one is spicy. I got a little whiff of pepper, so definitely good thing I'm only using half a can. And we're just gonna let this toast for about a minute. All right, so now we're just going to add our coconut milk. And I got about a cup and a half of, this is chicken stock, which I happen to have. If you want this totally veggie, you can use vegetable stock. I made the stock in the Instant Pot. And then we're just gonna bring this up to a simmer and cover it and cook it until the vegetables are tender. That'll probably take 10 to 15 minutes. All right, this is just coming to a simmer, so I'm gonna put my lid on and we're gonna let it simmer now. Just keep an eye, you don't want it like roughly crazy boiling. You just want it simmering in here. So keep an eye on your temperature. I'll probably have to reduce the temperature just a little bit just to make sure that it's not boiling all over the place. And I will see you back in 10 to 15 minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes and I just tested a green bean and it is just about tender. So we're gonna go ahead and finish off our curry. We're gonna add some chickpeas here. Now, if you wanted to not make this vegetarian, but you wanted some shrimp in here, this would also be a good time to add some uncooked peeled shrimp. And those cook very fast. So these would cook up in just a few minutes and you would just wait until they get pink. But we're gonna add some chickpeas here. And then, so you could totally serve this on some rice and it would be very delicious. And at this point, if I were gonna do a rice, I would just bring this up to a nice simmer and let some of the excess liquid burn off and thicken this up a little bit. But today we are going to use some ramen noodles. So I found that I like a noodly curry. It's sort of, the curry just kind of sticks to the noodles, and it's a really good way to use up those very inexpensive packs of ramen you probably have in your pantry. We're not gonna need the packet, but what we are gonna do is just drop a couple of packets into this liquid, and the liquid will cook it. And I might just end up putting the lid on just for a minute so some of the steam could help cook the ramen noodles. So that'll take just a couple minutes until the ramen noodles are cooked and stirred in, and then we will finish off our curry. Okay, so these ramen noodles are just about there. I'm gonna cut the heat here. They will finish cooking with the carryover temperature that's in there. And we're gonna just now finish off our Thai curry with a couple of more ingredients to give it some more flavor. We're gonna do about a tablespoon of sugar. Now, if this is too sweet for you, you can cut that down a little bit, but I like the sweet offsetting the spice. We're gonna do about the same of fish sauce. So this is definitely a very traditional Southeast Asian ingredient that I love to have on hand for all manner of things. It has a ton of umami, so we're gonna add that. Now, if you wanna make this totally vegan, you wouldn't need to use this, but I do love the flavor that it gives. And then finally, some lime, about a tablespoon of lime as well, that I'm just gonna squeeze from a lime that I have here. And that's it, guys. Like, that is so easy, so fast. You could have this Thai style curry in less time than it would take for you to order and get delivery. It's going to be exactly to your liking. You get to use the ingredients you like, and it was really just with a few ingredients that we have in our pantry. And if you have those in your pantry at all times, you don't have to get takeout when you are tempted. So there we go. I love the ramen noodles in there. I don't know, the sauce clings to the noodle and it is so delicious. Now we'll serve up a bowl here, and we'll garnish with some cilantro and some scallions, two of my favorite herbs. Obviously, if you don't like cilantro, you could use just scallions. And this will definitely make several meals, so that's a really great part of this. And also, You can clean out your fridge if you're like got a lot of veggies about to go, you know, just put them in a curry and it'll be so delicious. All right, let's garnish these. And I got my adorable little chopsticks here. Let's give it a taste. I definitely don't need takeout. That pan of curry paste packs a punch. And like I said, there's a lot of different brands. Not all brands have such a flavorful punch to them, but that brand does. So I hope you like this recipe. And if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. And click that subscribe button and that bell button to be alerted when I launch a new video. As always, thanks so much for watching. Now go have some fun in the kitchen.